Hello, welcome to the latest edition of Ragic Office latest feature. And today's latest feature we'll be introducing is the customized approval email. Now, this is also something we've heard about for quite a bit, and people would like to customize what their approval email looks like. So let's say if we want to add an approval process for submitting an office hour question. So when we go to design mode, you will be able to add these approval steps. So let's just say management approval. Manager approval. So if you want to customize what the approval email that is sent to the manager looks like, it used to be that there's only one standard format that Ragic generates based on your current sheet design, and the mail will basically look something like this. So it includes the detail of your form, and there are some parameters. Well, and there are some an email and the button that the user can click on to actually approve the approval to approve the record. And with this customized email approval email function, you will be able to customize this email. So this part is only a reference for you to know what types of variables that you can use in this approval email. So if you click on the preview, you will be able to see what the actual email looks like. So you should be able to kind of like remove these and add any kind of content on the email so that the email can look exactly like what you expect your approval email to look like. So this is pretty handy if you would like to customize your own approval email in your sheet designs if you have approval process on that record. Okay, so we're not going to add any approval process on the office hour question sheet. So let's just exit without saving this. All right, and let's get back to our latest questions. So first one, access rights. Is there a way to export or generate report from access right page located under settings, user access, and access right? You mean this, settings, user access, and access right? Okay, I think you mean this one. Yeah, I don't think right now I don't think there's an export for this. So the use case, I guess, would be exporting or generating a report for this data would allow us to quickly filter and analyze user groups and access rights, making it easier to review permissions without manually scrolling through the access right sheets. Well, you are able to search for different tabs here, like if you would like to see the access right setting for like the employee sheet, you will be able to do a simple query here, or maybe time calculation. Then you can see the time calculation sheet right here. So yeah, right now the easier way to find the sheet without scrolling through them would be to use this query function. So, and it's also easier for you to make actual changes to the global access right setting. So we'll talk about if having an Excel export will be better for this use case, but for me, from the looks of this, it looks like searching for the tabs and sheets should be pretty useful for finding your sheets or tabs or sheets without scrolling through the access right sheets. There is no export, no report export for global access right settings, but you something like this. Are able to use the query box at the top to find the sheets that you would like to configure if you have lots of tabs and sheets. Okay. I hope this is helpful for you. Next question. Sheet URL alias. Hi Jeff, since we started to configure inner API for our integration needs, it would be great if a sheet URL makes sense. For example, instead of just silent form 4/2, it would has an alias like customer orders or account invoices. Yes, I know that I can do a simple trick and change a tab's name to desired and then put a sheet into it. But at first, it still uses the sheet ID as the second argument. Yes, customer 1, 2, and so on. And as the second, the tab name for the user's routine not always perfectly match the name I like to see as a URL. So that would be very useful if there's a way to change or put an extra URL alias for a sheet without getting attached to tab's name. If I remember correctly, I do remember we have something in our internal issue database that we would like to add something like this. So yeah, it does make sense to have an alias, like a short URL for you to link to anything inside your account. Maybe it's to a sheet, maybe it's to a record, or maybe even an action button. So it would make sense to add something like that so that you have a good URL alias to any feature that you might have on Ragic. So that is something that we are planning to add in the future. Feedback. We are planning on adding an alias feature so that you can create a short Ragic URL that can point to a sheet, a record, or an action button. Yeah, so that's something that we have on our roadmap to add this kind of handy feature to have a good URL for our for our account based the overall account design. Okay, next question. Where can we find the latest changes, updates, improvements in the reporting aspects, capabilities of Ragic? Any changes, new features, or improvements that refer to reporting or building reports in Ragic? Are they gathered in any specific page or manual? We do have internal tracking for these kind of improvements. And also we have a public roadmap that includes some of the things that we would like to do on the reports. So I do have the product roadmap here, and for the reports we do have these features that we would like to introduce in the future or near future. And some of them are already done, like the new mail merge, the custom print report is already online. And we already have a few new types of report that's in our reporting features. So this could be a good place to look at what kind of features that we're building into our reporting functions on Ragic. And yeah, I think I will do a small update to our product roadmap, especially regarding the recording category, because we do have kind of a new some new ideas that we would like to add to our reporting feature for users to generate a report and then make some custom changes to the reports that they generated on Ragic. For example, if a user might generate a pivot report today, and he can save it on Ragic and like highlight a certain line on the pivot report or change the colors of certain rows on the pivot report and save it for their users to access later, so that they can have a kind of like a snapshot of the report at a certain time, and he will be able to access that report without regenerating it all the time using the latest data. They can just look at the snapshot of that report at a certain time. So that's also something we have on our mind that we're gonna put on our roadmap, that this is something that we'd like to do that will be part of the report center capability for Ragic. Can refer to the report section on our Ragic product roadmap. Okay. I will also be updating the section for the product roadmap. All right. Thank you for your feedback. I will be making an update to the roadmap, especially about the reports. And feel free to let us know about your inputs for our for Ragic's reporting function, because right now at this moment we're just started some new development on our overall reporting features, so that we would like to make our reports more customizable and to be able to save reports that's generated like today, and you'll be able to look at the exact same report a month from now. No matter what the data has changed on the data has changed on your database. So those are some things that we're looking into, and if you have any other suggestions on our reports that's not covered on our product roadmap or not covered by anything I said today, feel free to make the suggestions. And on the office hour question sheet, you can just put it in the comment section here, or maybe on the product roadmap community page comment section, and we'll of course take them into consideration for when we're designing some new features for our reporting features. All right, and that's it for our questions for today. If you have any other questions, feel free to use the office hour question sheet, and I will be answering your questions in our next Ragic office hour webinar in 2 weeks. Okay, thank you and goodbye.